skater Apollo Ono won 2 gold medals for Team USA.
I remember when they began raising the flag up slowly. I remember feeling and remembering this moment of when my career began.
He says he could imagine what was going through speed skater Jordan Stoll's mind when he won this week.
Jordan maybe thought about his first times when he was a young kid on the pond in Wisconsin, that his father went out there and made this ice surface for him. For me, it was about the relationship I have with my father. He didn't have the money and the time to take me to the after-school practices. He would drive our beat-up old car through those misty Seattle morning rain, and we would go to these empty school and church parking lots. And I would skate around. That was the intentionality of, we don't have much, but you're gonna figure out a way.
On the podium, you can't see those early mornings, the parents' selfless sacrifices, or those long days of training. But you can see the deep pride and gratitude of a dream come true.
Such an incredible feeling, and our thanks to Apollo Ono for sharing such great memories with us. Primetime coverage of the Winter Games kicks off tonight at 8 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. That's Nightly News for this Friday. I'm Tom Llamas, reporting again from Milan. We thank you so much for watching. Tonight, and always, we're here for you. Good night.
The 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics this winter, brought to you on KUAM TV8 by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Half a day, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. You're watching KUAM News Weekend Edition. Thanks for joining us. Concerns over officer morale taking center stage at the legislature after allegations involving a high-ranking member of the Guam Police Department surfaced during an oversight hearing. Jonigan Charfris has more.
Officer morale was front and center Tuesday as lawmakers pressed leadership at the Guam Police Department during a wide-ranging oversight hearing. The Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Management, and Guam National Guard, chaired by Senator Shangu Matautau, had a full agenda. Performance-based budgeting, carryover authorization, funded vacancies, and the overall impact on employee morale. But it was Senator Chris Barnett who zeroed in on a December incident that he says has sparked frustration within the ranks.
This was regarding high-profile pullover of one of the command staff. A high-ranking police officer was allegedly pulled over for speeding 55 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. There was then allegedly a confrontation with the high-ranking officer and the patrol officer.
Barnett told the panel he was contacted by multiple officers regarding the traffic stop. According to Barnett, there are claims a senior officer confronted the patrol officer and allegedly said, "Do you know who I am?" He added that officers are questioning why the individual was not placed on leave, particularly if that same person oversees those connected to the investigation.
Part of the problem was that I think that the laws and the general orders also say that if an officer is involved in this type of incident, they're supposed to inform the chief of police. But if you read the media reports, the chief was basically informed by the media. And so I guess if we can speak generally, was in this type of situation, does the high-ranking officer being investigated, is that individual supposed to be put on leave?
Barnett warned that when processes appear inconsistent, rank-and-file officers may feel the situation is being swept under the rug, further straining morale inside the department.
That's the grumblings I'm hearing about morale, is that this individual wasn't put on leave and that this individual is in charge of individuals who are investigating.
He says what's at stake here is defending the rights of junior officers versus the ability to do their job. The highest-ranking officer present, Colonel Joseph Carbolito, declined to comment, citing an ongoing internal affairs investigation.
Unfortunately, Senator, we can't comment on that because that is an ongoing internal affairs investigation and we're not at liberty to discuss that.
As the internal affairs investigation continues, lawmakers say transparency and accountability will be key, not just to resolve the case at hand, but to restore confidence among the officers sworn to serve and protect. Jonigan Charfris, KUAM News.
Two new laws signed by the governor aim to strengthen protections for renters and pregnant workers on Guam, targeting discrimination in housing and the workplace. Jonigan Charfris reports.
Governor Lulian Guerrero signed the measures into law Tuesday during a ceremony at Adaloop. One law, authored by Senator Sabina Perez, prohibits landlords from discriminating against renters based on how they pay rent, including federal housing vouchers, disability payments, or child support. The law allows fines of up to $2,500 for violations and is aimed at protecting renters who rely on non-wage income. GURA Deputy Director Fernando Estevez.
We promise to look at what all the issues are, to start tackling these issues. I'm very grateful for the support provided from them in listening to the data, listening to our plans, listening to our vision and what we need to move housing forward. This by no means is a single solution towards addressing the housing crisis. This is one of many. It's definitely a step in a positive direction.
According to the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, nearly 75% of Guam's housing demand come from households earning below federal income limits, with more than 2,700 housing vouchers currently in use.
By signing this law, which we're very grateful for, we're protecting the most vulnerable in our communities.
The second measure finalizes rules under the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act, requiring reasonable workplace accommodations for employees affected by pregnancy, childbirth, or related medical conditions. The bill was authored by Senator Telu Taitagui and follows a multi-year rulemaking process involving the Guam Department of Labor, the Attorney General's Office, and legislative review.
No woman is left behind in many circumstances. We also looked at federal regulations to make sure that we complied, and we did, and we are here today in this very, very important legislation.
Both laws are now in effect, marking a step towards stronger housing access and workplace protections across the island. Jonigan Charfris, KUAM News.
A first-degree felony murder case against Maurice Montgomery is moving closer to a full jury trial after attorneys failed to reach an agreement on findings from two separate forensic evaluations, according to Superior Court Judge Vernon Perez. Montgomery is charged in connection with the July death of an 85-year-old woman in Dededo. Court documents allege he assaulted the elderly victim inside a residence before later being involved in a 3-car crash on Route 16 in Barrigada, where officers reportedly found him naked and behaving erratically. Defense attorney Mary Leigh Hill told the court there is no agreement with prosecutors on the underlying forensic findings, signaling the case will proceed toward trial. She also raised concerns about Montgomery's court-ordered medical needs while in custody at the Department of Corrections. A closed session was granted to address bond and medical concerns. The next status hearing is set for March 3rd at 4 p.m. via Zoom. Montgomery faces multiple additional charges, including aggravated assault with a special allegation of vulnerable victim, attempted strangulation, assault on a peace officer, indecent exposure, and resisting arrest. In other news, a probation compliance check in Chalampago led to the arrest of a 54-year-old woman after suspected methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia were found inside the home. According to a magistrate's complaint filed in Superior Court, probation officers conducting a home visit on February 10th discovered a small plastic baggie containing a white substance in plain view on a stool in the middle of the room. Police were called to the scene, and Romelia McClendon, also known as Romelia de la Monve de Vega, was arrested and charged with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance as a third-degree felony. Court documents state McClendon told officers she found the baggie in her yard the day before and intended to throw it away. She also admitted to using methamphetamine the previous day and showed officers a modified glass smoking device in her room that had white residue on it. A field test later yielded a presumptive positive result for methamphetamine. In other news, from ancient traditions to modern-day challenges, the stories of Guam and Micronesia continue to evolve. Now the University of Guam Press is inviting authors to help document that journey, with 2026 manuscript submissions officially underway. KUAM intern Abigail Olasima has more.
We recently opened our general submissions for manuscripts. January 31st is when we reopened, and we have this general submissions call out every year. It's this opportunity for writers exploring issues and themes relevant to Guam and Micronesia to have a chance to have their book published.
The University of Guam Press is inviting scholars and writers to submit original work that highlights the history, culture, and contemporary issues of Guam and Micronesia. According to UOG Press Extension Associate Vanessa Ochavillo, the goal is to support both new and experienced authors.
We have some authors who have a couple of books under their belt and have submitted, multiple times through the general submissions process. So those authors are still welcome too. Like, ones with publishing experience can still very much take advantage of this, but those who don't should not worry at all.
Ochavillo says submissions carnage from academic research and essays to literary and creative works that contribute to regional knowledge.
The bookmaking process is so iterative. We kind of work like outward in, where we tackle the big picture stuff, and then the way that the information and the story flows, and then how things work at the sentence level. Authors should know that we're here as a publisher that really wants to give opportunities, and we hope to be here for a very long time to keep providing those opportunities.
Ochavillo also mentions the publishing process is collaborative and designed to help authors grow.
But I think what matters is that, people are doing the work of creating art. That still all contributes to the general spirit that we're going for, which is let's tell the stories about our people ourselves.
For those ready to submit, Ochavillo says there's one important step to keep in mind.
We do a very good job, I think, of outlining everything on our website. Maybe on a more tactical note, I will say authors should read our guidelines really closely.
Submission guidelines and deadlines are available on the University of Guam Press website. I'm Abigail Losima, KUAM News.
Thanks, Abigail. Well, stick around. We have more coming up on Weekend Edition. You're watching KUAM.
It's a new year, Guam, so let's start with the reset at Kmart. Make your move and start strong. Gear up with fitness equipment and fresh workout apparel. Fuel with wellness essentials, sugar-free options, protein, vitamins, and more. Organize and clear the clutter with easy storage solutions and cleaning essentials. And refresh your living space with new furniture and decor for your home. New year, new me. Your reset starts at Kmart Guam.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Freedom to ignore this, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair to nature and involuntary blood donations, cheap things. No one signs up for an 800-pound bear chase. But if it happens, cheap thing. VIP parking, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, saying, it'll dry. Free-range parenting, forgetting if that's a moose or an elk, all cheap things. Remembering without saying it, couldn't be more of a cheap thing. Sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, an American saving another American's tail. Cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people with cash like him? Not a cheap thing. Or confusing capability with unaffordability? No, not a cheap thing. Making adventure affordable? Now that's a cheap thing. So we're bringing you more cheap things this year, because cheap things should be everyone's thing.
Okay, I love creatives. I love the process. I love the amazing expression of ideas and bringing dreams to life and everything. So we have Shaylee and Shauna here who have actually done like a little side project, a little passion project. So you guys are taking your love of storytelling to the next level. And Shay, I know you've been working on this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
long nights here at the office.
Yeah, so break down the concept, break down what the idea is and everything and how it came to life.
You want to talk about that since you created? Yeah, so the concept of the show was actually created by one of our other team members, Alexa Marie. She kind of just sat down with me one night and was like, hey, we have a free summer. We have a lot of friends that would be willing to support us doing this. Why not just throw something at the wall, see what sticks, see how far we can take doing a project together. And everything just kind of fell into place really beautifully. And of course, we would not have been able to do it without the support of all those friends that we had. But she had the idea initially of course, we wanted to focus on the four girls. We wanted that dynamic kind of based on our real lives and our friendships. But as we were creating the story, I think each of them individually kind of really took on a life of their own. And it's been really great to see people's reception to who the characters have become now.
Okay, so Shay, what we do here at KUAM very often is, we're running and gunning all the time, right? We're shooting real life as it happens.
Yeah.
This is absolutely the opposite of that. You guys were blocking, you guys were choreographing, you guys were writing, you guys were scripting, you guys were rehearsing and everything like that. Everything is meticulously planned to really sell that idea, right? So what was that process like, where you have like total control and probably a lot more to do?
Yeah, so actually, well, I feel like the writing process was, you had a lot more time for it, but also you got it done really fast. For the filming, we actually did that in maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, so we did try to be like as detailed as possible so we can still make the show great, but at the same time, we had a time limit and we tried to get as much as we did, and I think it turned out really well for what it is.
Okay, now you're both theater nerds, and when you say show, are we talking about like a single long form film, or is it like a series?
So it'll be a series, a mini-series on YouTube. Starting February 9th, there will be 1 episode each day for that first week and then the next week after. And it's 10 episodes, about 5 to 6 minutes each.
Okay, so Shauna, without getting too much into the plots or, like revealing too many surprises and everything like that, what is the general idea? What's the mood?
Yeah,
and the message?
If These Walls Could, we following these 4 girls throughout the summer that they're living together in a share house. They're all college age. They're kind of learning how to navigate living on their own for the most part, living with each other. And it delves a lot into how their love lives kind of play a role in what they're doing in terms of this era of their life.
And that's kind of, I don't want to say autobiographical, but you guys can really, really empathize with that kind of being in that demographic, those are your peers, right? So how much of this did you have to draw from like your own life experience, or just basically say like, this is what I wish I could have gone through, or this is how I'm like channeling, like what I've always dreamed about, or I hope I never go through.
I think it's definitely something that we relate to. Like the girls are our age, like definitely it's something we've experienced. But at the same time, we each play characters that we're pretty different from. At least I can say that. I don't know about you.
It's kind of a chicken and an egg thing of when we were creating the characters, we weren't necessarily drawing on personality traits of ourselves, but we were definitely drawing on instances and like anecdotes from our lives, and we kind of pieced together the girls that way. But then I think assigning those characters to ourselves, we gave a lot of ourselves to them during the performances, so it really helped shape who they ended up being in the final product.
Shay, I'm such a big fan of your own work, and I know me as a technical person, I've been able to take my game to the next level just watching you do your thing. But stylistically, the tone, it's dark in a lot of places. There's like mood lighting and everything like that. So what kind of emotional journey are you going to take me on as I go through like all 10 episodes?
Oh man, it's definitely going to be like a bunch of happy, of course. There's some like arguments, fight scenes, also some sad scenes. So, you'll get the full like spectrum of all the emotional tropes that you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to catch the feels, right?
Yes. And I will say I watched like a K-drama before we even started the show. So there was definitely a lot of like inspiration from that, as well as like other teen dramas.
Shauna, what was the most challenging thing for this? Because you guys are like essentially your own little production company, and you guys have collabed so many times already, but what was the hardest thing, most time-consuming thing, or like most emotionally taxing thing?
Honestly, it was just because we have like me and Alexa who worked on the writing and the pre-production, and then we have Monica and Shaylee who took over filming and anything after that. It was the actual filming process where we're bringing together those two worlds. We're taking everything that me and Lex had already created for this story and doing our best to work with them, and they're doing their best to work with us to bring it to life in the way that we envisioned it. And I think what really got us through that was just that we're very collaborative with each other. We're very open to hearing each other out and making sure that we're all kind of having that equal input to make it as great as we all want it to be.
And I think it helps because we all started working together in theater behind the scenes. So I think having that initial foundation for our teamwork definitely brought us to where we are.
Okay, was that easier if you're doing, if you guys are mastering the art of stagecraft IRL, and now you're doing something for like essentially like the digital space and everything like that? I've talked to people and they say completely different experience when you say, I know about lighting, I know about changing from scene to scene if we're, in a theater, and then you take like a movie where camera movement and lighting and tempo and pacing completely is like different and everything like that. Was that a liberating thing, or was it like kind of interesting to manage?
Definitely it was something new, but me and Monica have backgrounds in film. She's currently at UOG for digital film, so we already had that kind of knowledge, and I think the girls definitely had to trust us with, you know, what skills we already had, and yeah, I really love how it turned out.
Don't need to work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade. On the field, on the court, in the game. But what happens beyond the game? Get stories behind the stats, the players behind the plays, and the teams making an impact on and off the field. Join us every weekend on KUAM News Weekend Edition for Beyond the Game, because sports are more than just a score. Only on KUAM, Guam's leader in sports coverage, Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
All right, everybody, we are here at Sindalhusiha, the place where champions are made. American Ninja Warrior, Guam's finest, is Darren Perez, and he is here. And Darren, you've competed on American Ninja Warrior, the show. You know, the entire island was behind you. You are getting people ready to compete to train at all the different events that you have. You're actually going out now with a Guam team to go to what is possibly the biggest ninja event in the world now, the Dubai Games, right?
I would say it's not really a ninja event, so to speak. There is ninja aspects to it, but it is probably one of the biggest events that has anything related to obstacles. Dubai, if you guys know sports, Dubai, they go big. And this is probably, in my opinion, one of the biggest sports that we can get into as an obstacle sporting type of career.
Yeah, so it's not just the venue, because, you know, like Dubai's going to put together like a world class times 10 like venue. It's going to be insanely challenging and everything, but you are literally going up against the top 1% of the top 1%. And, you know, as a guy who was selected by the U.S. Coast Guard, thank you for your service, by the way, as, you know, Coast Guard Athlete of the Year, you know what it's like to be in that elite company, but I mean, this is the cream of the crop you'll be facing.
Yes. If you guys seen American Ninja Warrior, right, you guys seen how tough it is with all these super elite athletes. Now, think about the top, like, 1% of the elite athletes, the winners of American Ninja Warrior. Now, every country has their own version of Ninja Warrior, and those winners of each of the respective countries are going to be at this event. In addition to that, we have really well-decorated athletes from other backgrounds like climbing, parkour, Red Bull champions from parkour. They have, you know, I guess you can say that big influencers who have like millions of followers. All these guys doing crazy stunts off of buildings, flipping. They're going to be at the same competition. So we're going head to head, you know, Team Hagåtña against these other really talented individuals. So the way Dubai Games is going to be working is we are going to be competing in what's called the Battle of the Cities. This year, there are 56 cities, 56 teams, right, that are going up against each other. And obviously, us going out there representing Guam, the capital, Hagåtña, as you can see, right over here.
There you go. Nice.
Wearing the jersey. Very proud of this jersey. Something I'm probably going to end up hanging up in the gym because this was our first time last year going out there.
And it's invite only, right? This isn't like, you know, like qualify or when you're in or just pay some application fee and everything like that. They pick you.
Correct. You have to go out there and with the mindset that they hand selected us, right? You have to get that invite. And it was hard for me to get that invite for years. And I guess, you know, with my last year's performance, they saw and they're like, hey, you got a team? We want you out here. So we won last year and we're back again this year.
All right. Okay. Now you literally like own this gym and you've got like all of these incredible like resources like at your disposal. I mean, you're the guy with the keys, right? So you can come in here and like open up the gym at any time. Yeah. But as far as your training regiment, your sleep, your stress level, your diet, you're still running a business and everything. So you've got, you know, that side of your brain working and everything. Are you training? Are you changing anything different in how you prepare?
So obviously fitness side, nutrition side, all of the recovery, that's kind of stuff that I'm used to and I know how to do. With my full-time career with the Coast Guard, having a family, I found that balance. And now, getting into the entrepreneurship of running a business, of trying to promote our events, while still training now, not just myself, but a team, so also coaching, it's been very challenging. And I will say the recovery, the stress levels is something I'm trying to manage the most, but we do have a dedicated team to help me out with these kind of stuff. This is a family-run business. My wife, my daughter, they help tremendously with this gym. And then with the nonprofit organization we have to support our ninja athletes, right? We have an entire board that can help take a lot off my plate. So shout out to the Guam Ninja Association for helping, bring this dream to fruition and allowing me to continue competing as an athlete to represent our beloved island.
Well, in these events and everything like that, you technically are out there and it's you against, the obstacle course, but, you are the biggest proponent, as I know, all about team and everything. So who are the athletes that we're sending out that are going to be competing right alongside by side?
So this is an adult only, 18 and up only. So we have myself, we have Nico Flores, his brother Luca Flores, we have Donovan, and we have Dylan Baker, and then Stanley. The 6 of us, we are mixed between climbing, folks on the climbing national team, and then ninja, right? Half of us on the national ninja team. So this year was also
That's an all-star squad right there, man.
It was kind of like hand-selected as well to kind of help get us that edge, right? Because we already had the sort of strength that we needed. With my experience, we're able to get the team moving in the right direction. And I will say, we're going to put the live out there so people can watch it. They can see what it's like. And I encourage you folks that do the high rocks, to do all the CrossFit, or just know you have that desire to do something like this, to come on out and train with us.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade. On the field, on the court, in the game. But what happens beyond the game? Get stories behind the stats, the players behind the plays, and the teams making an impact on and off the field. Join us every weekend on KUAM News Weekend Edition for Beyond the Game, because sports are more than just a score. Only on KUAM, Guam's leader in sports coverage, Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's always better with Pepsi.
Okay, I see. Yes, right.
In Myville, brought to you by Pepsi.
Hi, my name is Raymond Lee. I'm owner of the La Familia Market.
Hi, my name is Julie. I'm the owner of the kitchen.
So La Familia Market, so we opened in 2001. The first location is Mongmong, and then we moved to Dededo on the Waisengson Road. And then so we back to Barigada again. And we opened the December 19th, the Barigada location. We do homemade food, sandwich and salad and kimbap and bento. So we want to provide fresh food to customer. And also, so we discuss the price. So we know the Guam, the economic, not really the good. So we want some more good price to customer.
I think these days People love hot dog. It's kind of a Korean donut. Inside the cinnamon, brown sugar, and mixed nuts. They love it. It tastes like a mochi. Sometimes they try to pre-order too. Latte is the best one. I think it's a neat container, and then seal it is very clean to carry, easy to carry it, and no spill. We use the real strawberry and real mango, not syrup, so it's good for their health too, I think.
Yes. Also, we checked the Guam local market latte, but nobody sell it. So that's why we discuss